Hi there, I'm Nicholas and you're watching The Hot Topic. This week we'll be looking at Britain's upcoming referendum on European Union membership and what it means for traders. The so-called Brexit is not something you're going to want to miss. So what is Brexit? Britain's vote on whether to quit or remain part of the EU is one of the most controversial subjects in European politics. It's controversial because if Britain leaves the EU, many more countries could follow. Also, nobody knows for sure how Brexit will impact the British economy or the global financial markets. What we do know for sure is that traders hate uncertainty. And this is especially true for Britain, which is home to one of the biggest financial centers in the world, not to mention the world's sixth largest economy. So where are we now in terms of Brexit? While the Brexit vote isn't until June 23rd, both the Leave and the Remain camps are campaigning hard to sway voters in their direction. The Leave camp wants to quit the EU in order to give Britain more control over security, trade and immigration policies. Exiting the EU would also save the UK about £13 billion in direct costs. Additionally, Britain is unlikely to see a loss of inward investment as a result of Brexit, given that the country is a prime destination for international capital, especially the City of London. The Remain camp argue that Brexit would open Pandora's box, costing the UK economy millions of jobs over many years. GDP growth would also take an immediate hit, they argue, not to mention the tidal wave of volatility Brexit would create in the global financial markets. Brexit would also take several years to implement, given the complex web of trade and migration policies that currently exist throughout the EU. It's tough to say which is correct. What we do know is that most economists seem to agree with the Remain camp, but perhaps they're more concerned about playing it safe. After all, the fear of the unknown is something that affects each and every one of us, trader and non-trader alike. So who will come out on top? Polls are too close to call, although most seem to indicate that the Remain camp will squeak out a narrow victory on the 23rd of June. However, UK Prime Minister David Cameron, or Dodgy Dave as his opponents call him, may have a tough time convincing voters to stay in the EU after he was outed in the Panama Papers last month. So what are traders looking for? Traders need to be on the lookout during these turbulent times. The financial markets could get bumpy over the next 6 weeks, especially currencies, commodities and indices. Traders worried about uncertainty may be interested to learn about guaranteed fixed spreads like the ones we offer at Easy Markets. Fixed spreads remain unchanged regardless of market conditions and volatility, allowing traders to save money. And we should also mention the importance of a guaranteed stop loss. Remember when the Swiss franc was uncapped back in January 2015 and the Euro-Swiss pair fell over 30% in a couple of minutes? The market moved so fast and many traders were left with extreme losses and even negative balances with their brokers. We can't say for sure that the same would happen with a Brexit, but we do know that a guaranteed stop loss adds another layer of protection for traders. We know that Brexit will be offering up a lot of volatility in the not-too-distant future, regardless of which way the vote goes on the 23rd of June. So it's nice to know that you can still ensure some kind of consistency in the form of fixed spreads and a guaranteed stop-loss protection. So with Brexit right around the corner, which side do you think will come out on top? Comment below and let us know. I'm Nicholas and you have been watching The Hot Topic. Check out the link below for your unique Brexit trading offer.